Are you looking for the best Wi-Fi routers? In this video we will look at some of the best Wi-Fi routers on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. ASUS RTX86U Pro Wi-Fi Router. Simple setup, silky performance, and serious speed make this ASUS router a good choice for anyone prepared to spend more for smoother Wi-Fi. It sports an eye-catching red and black design with 3 rotatable antennas. This router had no issues covering my entire home and garden and was one of the top performers in my tests. It delivered consistently fast speeds everywhere and was stable, even with 4 people streaming and gaming simultaneously. There are some handy customization options for gamers and optimizations that ensure low latency. It also has plenty of ports, including a 2.5 Gbps port configurable as 1 or LAN, 4 Gigabit Ethernet port, 1 USB 3.2, and 1 USB 2.0 port. The ASUS app is packed with options, making it very easy to tweak router settings, should you need to. It covers everything, from comprehensive parental controls to traffic prioritization and network security. That includes AI Protection Pro, powered by Trend Micro, which monitors your network for malicious activity. No subscription required. This router supports AI Mesh, which means you can add any other AI Mesh ASUS router to create a mesh network and expand connectivity in your home. The original RTX86U has been discontinued, so we switched to the almost identical RTX86U Pro, which has a faster processor inside. It performed slightly better in my tests, but the difference is slight, so buy whichever one is cheaper. Number 2. ASUS RTX 7800 Wi-Fi Router. While many people will be best served by skipping Wi-Fi 6E to wait for Wi-Fi 7, anyone suffering from congestion problems could benefit from jumping onto the 6 GHz band today. The tri-band ASUS RTX 7800 8/10 wired recommends is a reliable and relatively affordable way to do so. This hexagonal router has a 2.5 Gbps 1 LAN port, a second 1 Gbps 1 LAN, and a further 3 gigabit LANs, with link aggregation support. Close range performance was excellent on both the 5 GHz and 6 GHz bands. Mid-range results on the 5 GHz band were good, and long-range performance on the 2.4 GHz band was average. There are options galore in the mobile app and browser interface, including band splitting, prioritization for different activities, guest network, VPN support, and lots more. The RTX 7800 also comes with parental controls and network security without a subscription, so there are no hidden costs. It covered my 1,600 square foot home comfortably, but folks with larger properties may prefer a mesh system, though the AI Mesh support means the RTX 7800 can be combined with other ASUS routers to form one. Number 3. ASUS ROG Rapture GT-AX 6000 Wi-Fi Router. My time with the ASUS ROG Rapture GT-AX 6000 was refreshingly free of issues. It's a big, loud design with 4 antennas and RGB lighting that screams gamer. Still, it served up speedy, unbroken Wi-Fi throughout my home and garden and didn't flinch at 4 simultaneous online gaming sessions. It's easy to prioritize gaming devices or activity, and there's a mobile game mode, simple port forwarding, and a dedicated gaming port. Speaking of which, you get plenty of ports to make the most of an internet connection of up to 2.5 Gbps. Like the rest of the ASUS range, the mobile app is excellent and boasts all the features you need, including guest network support, band splitting, parental controls, and anti-malware. The AI Protection Pro and parental controls are free for the device's lifetime, so you don't have to make monthly payments. ASUS offers instant guard free with this router, enabling it to secure your public Wi-Fi connections when you are out by running a VPN, virtual private network, server on your router at home. Number 4. ASUS ROG Rapture GT-BE98 Pro Wi-Fi Router. Topping my testing charts, The Asus ROG Rapture GT-BE98 Pro is a supremely capable, quad-band, Wi-Fi 7 gaming router. For speed, this is the best router I have tested to date. It is very similar to the RT-BE96U above, but Asus has added a second 6 GHz band on top of the existing 2.4 GHz, 5 GHz, and 6 GHz bands, and an extra 10 Gbps LAN port. This is also easily the biggest router I have ever tested at nearly 14 inches across, with 8 huge antennas. It is far from subtle, won't blend in, and could prove tricky to place. Because it is a gaming router, Asus has included Auro RGB lighting, so you can pick the colored lighting you want and make it a feature. AI Protection Pro security software and parental controls powered by Tren Micro are bundled into the cost. This comprehensive security combo includes a firewall, intrusion prevention, malicious site blocking, automatic updates, and more. Parental controls include scheduling, website filtering by age, and usage stats. You also get VPN support with the option to connect remotely when you are out and about. Naturally, there are some gaming-focused features, with game acceleration enabling you to prioritize gaming-related traffic through ports and packet analysis. If you have Asus ROG gear, it can be prioritized with a click. And Asus includes server acceleration to minimize latency through the third-party WT Fast service. Apart from the size and cost, there isn't much to criticize here, but it is worth considering that the range on the 6 GHz band is limited and struggles to penetrate through walls, so you will need Wi-Fi 7 devices in fairly close proximity to take full advantage of this router. For most folks today, the non-pro Asus ROG Rapture GT-BE98, £700, which has two 5 GHz bands, will likely perform better, but it's not available in the US. Number 5. Netgear Nighthawk RS300 Wi-Fi router. It's still not cheap, but at around half the price of our best Wi-Fi 7 pick, this Netgear router is a solid option that will likely exceed most folks' needs. The classy tower design is understated, and this is a fanless router that kept its cool during my tests. Setup was a breeze, and the simplified app is designed to be hands-off. The Nighthawk RS300 offers 2.4 GHz, 5 GHz, and 6 GHz bands. Speed and stability on the 5 GHz and 6 GHz bands were excellent, though the range on the 6 GHz band is limited. Performance on the 2.4 GHz band was slightly below par, but that will likely only be an issue if you have loads of older devices. The RS300 has one 2.5 Gbps Ethernet port for your incoming internet, two 2.5 Gbps and 2 gigabit LAN ports, and one USB 3.0 port. While Asus routers are great for tinkerers who want to dive into settings, Netgear limits your options to keep things simple. You can still set up a guest network, run speed tests, split bands, meter your traffic, and analyze your Wi-Fi signal in the accessible Nighthawk app. Premium smart parental controls, $8 per month or $70 per year, and Netgear Armor, $100 per year, add tons of features, but they are expensive. You get a 30-day trial of each, and most people don't need them. The RS300 is one of the best experiences I have had with a Netgear router, with very fast speeds on the 5 and 6 GHz bands, lightning quick file transfer times, and no issues over 2 weeks of testing. For folks with mostly newish gadgets, internet connections up to 2.5 Gbps, and no desire to tweak network settings, this is a great first Wi-Fi 7 router.